Hello, everybody. Welcome in to the Saturday night stream here in the basement. I would just like to begin this stream by saying, fuck you, Streamlabs. This never lets me win. It must be like, you know what, you can edit it anytime, so you're never going to win a roll. Well, guess what? That's bullshit. Anyway, now that I got that out of my system for at least a few minutes, I do believe we have a fun stream tonight, chat. We have some good topics. The Defenders are back, chat. They are reuniting. We'll talk about that. There's news out there that Jean Grey, who is being introduced in Spider-Man Brand New Day, despite all the confused, deluded people who think otherwise because they don't like scoopers or some shit. Yeah, she's going to be the focus of the Mutant Saga. We'll talk about that. And although it is no longer the case, there was discussion earlier this week that Doomsday could move. And while it's not happening, the discussion around it had me losing my freaking mind. So I'm still gonna talk about that. I got stuff to say about that situation, regardless of the fact that it's actually not happening. So that's the show. So get ready, chat. Fill your cup. Light your smoke. Because it's Saturday night, baby! And it's time to get nerdy. Yo, chat. What's up? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the Saturday night stream. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you had a good end to your week. Spicy Dan and Brooke up in this bitch. And Icarus. What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing? And welcome to those of you who clicked on the replay. I want to thank everyone that is currently here, live or on the replay. Thank you very much for clicking on this here video. Really appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind, I would like you to take just a few seconds. And first of all, everyone, all y'all, need to hit the like. Everybody. But if you clicked and you're like, okay, I can vibe with this, then also pretty please hit the subscribe button and the bell. That way you know when we get down round cha. And also, one of my dope community members within the next few seconds probably will drop the Discord link, because you should join my Discord server as well. If for no other reason than the notifications are more reliable than YouTube's. Yep. So hit all the buttons, join the things, and yeah. We'll get down to business here in a bit. So what's up with everybody? Anything good? Hopefully nothing bad. We almost had a tornado here today. Earlier this evening. Actually, right about 4 hours ago. We had a tornado warning. I don't know if one ever touched down. I didn't hear. So, yeah. Woo! Tornadoes. Early April. It's amazing. Which means I have to watch Twister soon. Like the original one. That is my yearly tradition. I generally try and do it, if at all possible, while a storm is happening. That's like what my favorite thing to do. First large storm I can catch at home, I generally throw on Twister. Which shouldn't surprise you at all that I'm weird like that, because, you know, unless you're new, of course. If you're new, then yeah, I'm a fucking weirdo. But those of you who are not new already know that. That's about as shocking as news as, like, you know, that the sun's hot and that water's wet, or that the ocean's deep. I know, it's such a fun movie. I will never... Oh, you lived that movie? Oh, yeah. Nice. That sounds like no fun. Or maybe at least a little fun. Depending. Yeah. I have yet to see a tornado anywhere but on video. I would like one time, from a distance. I ain't trying to get my fucking Kevin Costner and Man of Steel on, but I would like to, like, you know, hang with the storm chaser and actually see a tornado on the ground. Hopefully very far away from, you know, breakable things. I would not want to witness a tornado actually destroying shit. I just want to see one spinning around in a field and kicking up a bunch of dust. That's all I want. At least one within a mile nearly every year. Damn. That's crazy, yo. Well, hopefully they always stay that mile away from you, man. Hopefully they stay a mile away every time. So, chat, just so you know, I mean, most of you know, I live in Michigan and therefore a fan of the Detroit sports teams and the Michigan Wolverines, whose basketball team is currently playing Arizona in the Final Four. So every once in a while, I'm going to zone the fuck out and scroll Twitter to see what the fuck's happening with that game. Because last I saw, one of their better players got hurt, and then Arizona went on a run and got the game close again because Michigan was whooping that ass. So I got to check. get Verlander back, and now he's got a bad hip. All right. Show me an update, baby. The fuck is with my timeline? I don't care about Dan Hurley's fucking record. Just give me a goddamn score. All right. I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to do this because that's frustrating as shit. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Okay. Phew. All right, we're back up by 18. All right, cool. 48-30. With only a... Oh, that was a while ago. What the fuck? No, give me an actual motherfucking score, because that was an old-ass score. Okay, 38-25. That's 8 minutes ago. Okay, this site sucks. Erg. Do better. Really? This is so useless. Why are these people so useless? Okay, 48-32 at the halftime. That was... Yeah, but... sense that halftime's at 20 after 10. The game started at 9. Kinda. Okay. All right, so it looks like we're up 16 at halftime. So yeah. Don't worry, I'm not gonna. A lot of that time was just finding it. I'll just have to click over and refresh every so often now that I found one. So yay. Up 16 at the half. Whoop whoop. All right. Anything up with you guys outside of, Lacey Dan being able to throw rocks at a tornado at least once a year? Yes, no, maybe so. Or shall we just get right on in there? Let's see what we got. Where shall we begin? Ah, here we go. Okay. So, what up, Brennan? How you doing, my guy? All right. Got to talk about Supergirl a bit, chat. So, we all saw the trailer on Tuesday, right? It was a much better trailer than the first one, that's for damn sure. I still think it looks like it's going to be an enjoyable movie, like a decent movie. I don't think it's going to blow my fucking mind at all. Of course, I never thought it was going to blow my fucking mind, honestly. But, I anticipate plunking my hiney. God damn it. Well done, Brennan. But I anticipate plugging my tubby hiney down in the theater and enjoying myself throughout the movie and, walking out going, yeah, that was cool. That is what I anticipate. Despite this report that came out on Monday, the day before the trailer. And the trailer kind of made me feel a little bit better about it, but not really. So yeah, check this shit out. Shazat. The Supergirl film is reportedly struggling behind the scenes. A new report reveals the Craig Gillespie-directed film has gone through at least 8 test screenings with at least 3 different endings across them. Reactions for them have been mixed, not disastrous, but not glowing either. Additionally, the action sequences don't quite land, and that the main villain Krem feels underwhelming. Jason Momoa's Lobo makes a strong impression, but has limited screen time. Okay. All right, chat. Let's go through these item by item and talk about it a bit. And I'm going to try to be fair. So here we go. So, a new report reveals the Craig Gillespie directed film has gone through at least 8 test screenings with at least 3 different endings across them. Okay. So, on the fair side, lots of movies go through lots of test screens. I don't know if it's 8 or more on a regular basis. That still seems pretty damn high. But, except for maybe Marvel, because, Marvel's a firm believer in plussing, as Feige likes to call it. In other words, watching shit a lot of times and going, okay, we don't need that. And, oh, it would probably be dope if we had this here, and then going and shooting it. Like, that's just how Marvel rolls. So, they're probably the leader in test screenings and probably with various endings, the way this is. But this is DC and not Marvel. This is a studio like most other studios where that many test screenings and that many different endings are this is out of the norm for most studios, basically, is what I'm trying to say. This is outside the norm for most studios. I'm sure Marvel isn't obviously Marvel does it a lot. I'm sure it's happened with other films. It's not like Supergirl's the only movie this has ever happened with, right? But this is still outside the norm with that many test screenings, and they said at least 8. Could be more. Could be 9. Could be 10. Could be 12. With at least 3 different endings. That's, again, if it ain't Marvel, that's a little uh-oh. Like, yeah. Reactions to them have been mixed, not disastrous. Well, that's good, but not glowing either. That's not good. You want glowing. I mean, you definitely don't want disastrous. If they're avoiding disastrous, it's at least a step in the right direction. But, your aim is to get the glowing ones, right? But, again, to be fair, not disastrous, good deal. Not glowing, not great. Additionally, the action sequences don't quite land, and that the main villain, Krem, feels underwhelming. Well, as we saw in the trailer that dropped Tuesday, the action is high. If there's mind-blowing action in that movie, they're not putting it in the fucking trailer. Right? And generally, trailers put, obviously not the dopest stuff, but the stuff that, is still, in the top, the higher levels of the action that they put in the movie, they will put in the trailer. And if that's not really landing, I buy that the action sequences don't quite land, because if what we saw in the trailer is supposed to be the 90th percentile of the action, we might be looking at just decent action here, folks. And then the main villain, Krem, feels underwhelming. I 100% buy that. First of all, in the comics, he was like a handsome fellow with a full mustache and the pseudo villain goatee, and then nice flowing locks and the cape and shit. He was actually a decent. He was a handsome fella in the comics. Now we have a dude who looks like he was tied down and tortured by novice piercers. The look of Krem is goddamn ridiculous. For real. It's like they took a look at Krem in the comic and went, I don't like that he's pretty. Let's make him the complete opposite. You could have made him ugly without making him look goofy. And the problem is it ends up, at least in my mind, in my opinion, that all that shit looked goofy. Hopefully he's well acted. But again, this report says he feels underwhelming. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean the dude is not doing a good job acting. It could be he's doing the most he can with an underwhelming script. So it might not be his fault. Could be, but not necessarily. What up, Sanoff? Let's go, he says. To be honest, I just want Finn Jones' Iron Fist to get redeemed. Oh, he fucking needs it. He was done dirty. He had to do Iron Fist Season 1, Defenders, Luke Cage Season 2, and Iron Fist Season 2 in the span of 2017 to 2018 with no time to improve. Okay, that's fair. I hadn't realized all that shit was close together. But yeah, he definitely... Hopefully he improved. He looks like he at least hit the gym this time, which is good. But yeah, I really hope he's picked up some acting chops in the last 8 years, because not a fan currently. But I'm sure the script writing will be much better for him. Again, it's been 8 years. And I imagine the fight choreographers are probably better. But, we'll get to that. And I'll probably repeat everything I just said, so be prepared. And then Lobo makes a strong impression. Hell yeah. I mean, doesn't Momoa always kind of make a strong impression? No, he's fucking Momoa. Like the aura trails him. He can aura farm standing still or in motion. So yeah, Momoa making a strong impression doesn't surprise me. But has limited screen time. That's a bummer. Now, again, to be fair, limited screen time doesn't matter as much if it's high quality during that time. Like, what? Steve Rogers had like 6 minutes of screen time or some shit like that in Infinity War, and it seemed like way more. It could feel like he could have limited screen time, but it could feel like a lot if it's done right. We've been shown that. So, it's not always about how long you're on the screen. It's about what you do when you're there. It ain't the size of the bait, it's how you wiggle your worm, as it were. So, if he's making that strong of an impression with limited screen time, that kind of gives me hope that it will be one of those deals where what he does is so dope, it doesn't matter that his screen time isn't, like, extended. So, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but the rest of that, at least 8 test screenings with at least 3 different endings. At least. That's crazy. And then the mixed reactions that aren't glowing, but also not disastrous. And then the action not landing and Krem being underwhelming. That's not good news. Exactly. So, but even with all that, oh, and not to mention, they're on their third fucking scorer. The person writing the musical score, they're on their third one of that, which that could be a very good or a very bad thing. It could be a bad thing because they just are completely indecisive on the tone, but it could be a good thing because they might be, in their own way, without being overt about it, de-gunning some of the music. You know what I mean? Like going for an actual score, like played by an orchestra, that kind of thing. So, how you feeling about Supergirl, chat? Like, does this news change anything for you going into the movie? Are you still going to go to the movie? Does this make you not want to go to the movie now? How do you feel about this report about Supergirl, y'all? That includes you, replay people. Except instead of leaving your responses in the live chat like you guys need to be doing, drop some comments below. Yo. For me, I don't really find any of this surprising, although I do find it hilarious still, and I'm bringing up some old shit. Like, it wasn't super long ago that Gunn has bragged, and it's been repeatedly, about how he doesn't make a movie until the script is 100% ready, and he doesn't really do reshoots. 8 screenings with at least 8 screenings with at least 3 different endings. Welcome to reality, James. Welcome to reality. I mean, I called this shit a while ago. Everything he bragged about how he's going to be different from Marvel, I'm like, oh, just wait, motherfucker. You're going to end up doing everything the exact same way, and guess what? It's happening. There's plussing. All the movies in the DC are going to be individual stories that will be loosely tied together to culminate, but it won't be super interconnected like Marvel. Oh, really? Batman Shadow and Creature Commandos. I didn't watch Peacemaker because I don't fucking care. Supergirl at the end of Superman in Supergirl. Now, as we found out, well, I mean, if you're on Twitter, you knew before the trailer, but as we saw in the trailer, and we're gonna have Green Lantern in Man of Tomorrow. Well, what's his fuzzes? James Stewart, Green Lantern in Man of Tomorrow. So, yeah, everything James said about how he's going to be different from the MCU, as I predicted, is he's having to do shit the way the MCU has. I have not, and I will not see Peacemaker. I watched The Suicide Squad. I hated that movie, and Peacemaker was a large reason for it. I could not stand that character. I don't have anything against John Cena, but I can't stand that character. I can't stand that character in that movie. I can't stand. There is no fucking way I'm going to subject myself to 2 seasons of that motherfucker. Nope. I think with the limited time Null got in Venom 3 that he was still underwhelming. Kinda, yeah. I mean, Circus did the best he could, and Circus is awesome. But Sony did not do that well at all. And I was happy to see Null because Null's fucking dope. But yeah, well, I don't know how much time you spend on the social medias there, Sanoff, but you may recall that like all the gun stands and all the Peacemaker stands were so happy with Peacemaker season 2 until the finale. I haven't seen a backlash that size in the gun fandom in maybe ever. But they were pissed at that finale. Like in that gun bubble, it was almost like fucking Game of Thrones season 8, bro. It was crazy. They were hot under the collar. I don't know why, because I didn't watch the fucking show, but I was laughing at the reaction. That was funny. So, yeah. No, I'm still going to go see the movie. I still think I'm going to have a good time in the theater, but let's just say this isn't encouraging. What up, Griff? We'll just say this is not encouraging news, but it's also not enough to make me go, I'll wait for streaming. I'm still gonna go plunk my butt down in the theater and see how they did with Supergirl. Have you guys seen all the mall promo that's been happening this week? Disney/Lucasfilm is, in my opinion, doing a very, very good job marketing the show, which comes out Monday, and we'll begin watching Tuesday. Have you guys seen all these clips and shit? Like, they are going ham. and I'm all about it. You guys want to watch some mall clips? Let's watch some mall clips. Mall clips are dope. Check this shit out, chat. I'm. The marketing is doing the job, at least for this guy. I am stoked for this fucking show. I prefer the 2016 Suicide Squad movie over Guns. Yes. Like, let me put it this way. Guns Suicide Squad, to me, it's the Love and Thunder of any DC movie made by anybody anywhere. It's fucking horrible. Horrible for me. I watched it and I was angry with myself at the end for watching that. Like, real talk. I did not enjoy that movie. Except for Viola Davis. That woman can fucking act her ass off. But outside of that, poop. Booty cheeks, smelly buttholes. Bad, bad movie. Anyway. Instead of talking about garbage movies, let us look at dope animation. That was just quick 20 seconds of nothing but aura farming and dope ass action. Peak Harley, 100%. Yeah, like they had a bunch of dope ones last week too. I think we watched last Saturday. Oh look, here's another one. Hold up, wait a minute. Check this one. This one's a minute, so this will be cool. Why is that so grainy? Mall's about to do mall things. Oh, he's got the Zebrax with guns with him too. Okay, cool. So he's going to run across a Jedi and hiding from Order 66, obviously. That's cool. Nice little quick minute scene there. And while we're on the subject of Maul, they've already greenlit a season 2, yo. So how fun is that? Now, obviously, we haven't seen season 1 yet. So we can't be like, well, of course there's going to be a season 2 because we haven't seen season 1. However, that is, at the very least, in my mind, encouraging. Shows that they have a lot of confidence in it. Now, this is Lucasfilm, so your mileage may vary on how much you think that confidence should be justified. Right? Because they were pretty confident in the Acolyte. Well, Yeah, we saw how that shit went. It was the power of many failures. But I'm still, regardless, that is Lucasfilm, and while I am still taking that into account, I still see the fact that they've already greenlit season 2 as an encouraging sign. I might be huffing the copium. This might be copium. This might not be what you think it is. This might just be copium. Or at least a copium aid. But yeah. I think that's encouraging. Every clip I've seen has been dope. I'm very much looking forward to this show, y'all. How do you guys feel about the upcoming mall show that we're going to start watching on Tuesday? I still haven't decided if we're going to watch that before or after Daredevil. I have to figure that out. I don't know what order we're going to watch it in, but we'll be watching both. What are your thoughts on people speculating Luke Cage will take over Mayor and Born Again Season 3? My thoughts are coming later in the stream on that subject. Been visiting the Spice Mines a little bit. That is one way to put it, yes. Looking forward to them all? Hell yeah. I'm very much looking forward to it. Finally! Finally won a role. Holy shit. Yeah, no. I am very much looking forward to them all. It's going to be I'm going to admit, it's going to be, because it drops Monday. I'm going to be, it's going to be super difficult for me to wait to watch it with y'all, Chad. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be in a constant battle with myself till Tuesday night. We may have to watch Maul first, at least this week, just because I might just literally need to. What? I might just literally need to. Now, we might flip it the following week and watch Daredevil first and Maul second. It'll depend. But I have a strong feeling, chat, we'll be watching Maul first on Tuesday. Watch Daredevil after. But it's all going to be on the same app. Won't have to switch apps. It's all going to be on the D+. Just 2 different sections. Yeah, Maul looks dope as fuck. I feel like there's something I forgot to Oh, that's right. I forgot. We've got some, I found a couple early reviews of Maul on the social media. Evidently, at least the social media embargo is up. So let's check these out real quick while we're on the subject of the Maul. Get through all the Maul, and then we'll move on. All right, so this one says, saw 8 episodes of Maul Shadow Lord, and I was really surprised by how much I really loved it. Cool. A big departure from past Star Wars animated shows, both narratively and visually, and it results in an exhilarating ride. Nice. Also includes some of the best animated lightsaber battles potentially ever. You know what? I believe that just from the promotional stuff they've put out, the trailers and the clips. I actually believe that because that shit all looked amazing. And maybe that's like all I'm really going off of, but you know, in the end, as long as the story's good enough, that's all I really care about. Just give me some fucking dope ass lightsaber fights, and my simple ass is happy. Unless the story's complete art. It's got to be decent, right? The stuff besides the action at least has to be decent. Otherwise, I don't care how good the action is. Like, there was good action in the Acolyte. Like that first fight with Space Trinity and What's Her Fuzz, that was a good fight. When Chimere showed up, like in full mask and took on all the Jedi, that was a dope ass fight. But those two dope fights were not enough to save that shitty ass show. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the action, at least in that show, and I hope the story's good enough. Some things I need it to be really good, other things I just need it to be good enough. This is one of the ones I just need to be good enough. All right. Here we go. This is a rather longer review from Star Wars Holocron, but they are massive Star Wars nerds. I'm not sure if they lean to the shilly side or not. I can't remember. Maybe a little, but I'm still going to read their review. Here we go. It says, we've seen the first 8 episodes of Maul Shadowlord and can confirm it elevates Star Wars animation to incredible new heights. Ooh. The series is darker and more serious than any other Star Wars animated show, feeling more akin to Heat and The Dark Knight than Clone Wars or Rebels. You know what? I will say they failed to mention Bad Batch, and that last season of Bad Batch got pretty fucking dark, if you guys will recall. It wasn't dark the whole damn time, but, like, you know, fucking tech dying and all that shit. Spoiler alert. I mean, that shit's only been out for, what, 2 years now? But yeah, Bad Batch season 3 did get fairly dark in more than a few spots. So, but still, darker and more serious than any other Star Wars animated show. I'm not mad at it. Sam Witwer is phenomenal as a more calculated yet still deeply vengeful Maul. Ooh. The show does well to deepen our understanding of Maul without redeeming him. Thank you. I love that. It deepens our understanding of Maul without redeeming him. Good. Maul does not need redemption. Maul needs to just be Maul. Like, through and through. I mean, the dude was literally raised to be a Sith. There's no reason to, like, completely fucking flip him from heel to face. Leave him a heel. Leave him a heel that occasionally does something beneficial here and there, but leave him a fucking heel. Good. Without not redeeming him, I like that a lot. To continue. Primarily through a number of fascinating philosophical conversations about the Jedi, Sith, and the state of the galaxy. I probably should have read the whole sentence, but I got so excited about not redeeming him. Let me go back and read that whole sentence so it makes sense. The show does well to deepen our understanding of Maul without redeeming him, primarily through a number of fascinating philosophical conversations about the Jedi, Sith, and the state of the galaxy. I imagine a fair chunk of those conversations are going to be between him and the future Darth Palin. Yes, I'm just saying it. I have no clue. I don't even think that's been a rumor. I think that's literally been nothing but speculation, but I'm going with it because it makes total sense. What up, Randon? How you doing, guy? How are things in the studio? Josh got you running ragged. Maul can be morally gray. Maul tends to be, yes, but like he tends to be very, 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 very dark gray, like hint of gray, which is exactly how he should be. So, but yeah, I imagine a number of those conversations will be between him and the future Darth Palin. Doing good. Excellent. So that's cool. All right. I'm going to read this whole sentence at once because the first phrase, when I first read this, I almost lost my shit. But then I read the rest of the sentence. So here goes, chat. It mirrors the drama and tone of Andor. This is where I was like, ah! While leaning into the mysticism of the Force and the enduring franchise theme of Masters and Apprentices. Whew! This Iron Man video we're making is okay, nice. But let me chat. Like I said, that first phrase prior to the comma, I about threw my phone. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But the rest of it, amazing. I'm gonna read it again without the pause for the freak out because the rest of the sentence makes it not necessary. Ready, chat? Here we go. It mirrors the drama and tone of Andor while leaning into the mysticism of the Force and the enduring franchise theme of Masters and Apprentices. That sentence right there, number one, I love. Number two, that sentence right there is how Andor could have been like amazing for the whole fandom instead of just a chunk of it. A loud, annoying chunk of Andor fans. If Andor had included everything that it looks like Maul does, according to Star Wars Holocron, oh my god, that show could have literally began the comeback. And unfortunately, even though the Maul show seems to be properly utilizing the formula of, yeah, you can do fun. Brandon, that's a good one. Props to you, brother, on that. That was good. Where was I? Right. The only bummer is that it based on that sentence, this show is going to get just about everything right, at least tonally and thematically, like drama and tone of Andor, but still the mysticism of the Force and the Masters and Apprentice theme. Like that's the whole meal right there, bro. And it's a shame that they haven't managed to pull that off in live action because I don't this unfortunately it is still the case that animation is overlooked a lot. It's still the case. Despite the rise of anime, still overall over here in the good old US of A, animation is still looked down upon by more people than not. If we had a live action show with that formula, that could be the first stitch to close the gaping wound that exists in this franchise. But we don't have anything like that in live action. But since we all love animation, I'm damn happy to at least get it, especially in this franchise. So, mirroring the drama and tone of Andor while leaning into the mysticism of the Force and the enduring franchise theme of Masters and Apprentices. Boom! To go on, the changes to the animation style bring an intensity and aggression that match the tone of the show and the psyche of our lead character. Yeah, I do. I like the animation changes too. I'm with them. Devin Azara and Brander Lawson make for compelling additions to the Star Wars galaxy. I have no idea. I'm thinking maybe Devin Azara is going to be the apprentice and Brander Lawson's like the cop. I'm guessing. I'm totally guessing. It makes sense why season 2 has been commissioned so early. This is a huge win for those who have loved Maul since 1999. Chat. Again, I'm not sure how shilly Holocron is. They're definitely not super critical. I know that much. But I don't know if they're like super shilly. But still. Here, after I read that, here was my tweet. I said, if this review is even 50% accurate, this show is going to fuck hard enough to shatter pelvis. Yep. And I stand by that shit. That review is so ridiculously amazing, which is why I do question it just a little. But still, if it's even half accurate, this show will fuck hard. And it will shatter pelvises. Shit on my glasses. I can't get off. It's all blurry and the lights and Gollum noise. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be very hard pressed to wait till Tuesday, but I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way, chat. Random itch. I'm gonna find a way to resist, or I'll just lie my ass off. All right, what's next? All right. Okay. Probably not stupid. Nope. That's it's all right. Oh, yeah. Let's check this shit out. So we got some promo images from X-Men 97 Season 2 chat with some character images. And I'm afraid I'm going to be brain farting on, I think, one of these, at least the two. Chad, I'm going to need you to help me out because there's a couple characters I'm not 100% sure on because I'm a slacker. But let's check this shit out. Oops. All right, so check out these character images. We got Morph. This here is, oh my god, I just brain farted on her fucking name. Magneto's other daughter. That actually has the magnetic powers. Polaris. Ooh, there it is. So we got Morph, we got Polaris, we have Storm, Cyclops, Jean, Cable. I'm assuming that's Sunspot. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Rogue, Forge, Bishop, Beast, Jubilee, Magneto with a beard. Or a goatee, no mustache. Nightcrawler. Not sure who the fuck this is. And then, of course, Xavier. So I need help with this one and this one, chat. Let's take a bit of a closer look, though. And there we go. We got a Morph. Looks like Jean got a haircut. And then there's Polaris. So the rumors about her being in there were right. Who was it that was rumored to be voicing her? It was someone like a star. Who the hell was it? Chat, do you remember who was rumored to be voicing her? Oh, it was oh fuck, who was that? Shit. Chad, any of you remember who the fuck was supposed to be voicing Polaris? It was kind of a big deal. I can't remember off the top of my head. Or the side. Or the back right now. Fuck. Was it Nev Campbell? No. Yes? Someone like that. I just can't remember who. But anyway, Polaris confirmed. Storm. Storm's looking good. Scott. I don't know what's up with the kerchief, but okay. Then we got Rogue. Oh, wait. No, he's part of the group that got sent to the future. Is Rogue part of the group that got sent all the way to the past where they first meet in Sabanur? You remember which group she was part of? I need to rewatch that shit. Basically, is what that boils down. I feel like this is Sunspot just because of this shit. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's Sunspot. Cable. Jean. Got Forge. Bishop looking angry. Beast looking contemplative. Jubilee looking like a teenager. I like the longer hair, though, as opposed to the spiky shit she used to have. I like this look. Of course, Charles. Is that supposed to be Wolverine? Oh, shit, that's supposed to be Wolverine. What's with his fucking armor? Is he part of the... I think he's part of the team who got sent back to the past. Okay. That's weird. Such a different look. No wonder I didn't figure it out right away. Holy shit. Okay, so that's got to be Wolverine, so I'm pretty sure that's Sunspot. All right, I think we're good now, chat. That's wild. That armor's kind of interesting. Then we got Nightcrawler. Oh, no, he does have a mustache. And then we have Magneto with facial hair. I think they look good, chat. That Wolverine one was weird, but once I figured out it was him, I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, that him being in that armor and the cape and this weird head thing with his like that threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, what gave it away mostly was the pseudo fangs that they give him in animation and in the comic. You guys like that shit? So, chat, how do you think? You like it? They look good, do you? Thoughts? Replay people? Comments? Minutes old. Why 5 minutes ago? Well, that's dope, though, because as of 9 minutes ago, Michigan was up 69 to 45. So, ooh, shit, that's 24 points they were up. Hell yeah, baby. Let's fucking go. Give me something more updated, you motherfucker. You're not going to give me anything more updated than that? God damn it. Probably the dopest Wolverine has looked. I don't know. When he was in the latest Ultimate Wolverine, where he was like Winter Soldier, that was pretty fucking dope looking. Winter Soldier Ultimate Wolverine was he was looking pretty dope. I gotta say. All right, chat. My pop is empty. My bladder is full. So I need to go switch those statuses. Oh, there we go. No, gotta mute it. But I'll leave you with my new screensaver while I'm gone. I'll be back in a little bit, chat. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Or maybe I'll take my time for you guys. All right, time's up for you guys. Just kidding. I'm going to get rid of it for me too. There we go. Okay. Okay. End up, take a slug or two, because I'm going to rant a little, chat. Not a lot, but a little. We're going to forget to. Talk about that one? Oh, no, we did. Shit. All right. Oh, it's going to take a bit. I'm not even getting into fucking the battle over the Super Mario movie. Okay, keep going. Ah, there it is. Here. Cool. All right. Yay, I found it. I found it. And thank goodness it didn't take super fucking long. Stop it. Okay. Everyone excited for the Easter Bunny? Yes. I'm down for both sides of Easter, the commercial and the religious. I'm down for the bunny and I'm down for the resurrection. I'm not going to argue theology with anybody and just, let you know that I'm down for both. All right, chat. So, this happened on Tuesday. So Marvel Studios is reportedly considering moving Avengers Doomsday to December 11th to secure IMAX screens. Now, I can't remember if we talked about it on Saturday, but late last week, December 11th opened up when whoever is in charge of Minecraft moved that to Christmas, the week after Doomsday and Doom simultaneously premiere. So, of course, everyone's like, oh, that opens up a week of IMAX for Disney or Doomsday. And then Campia pops off and is like, yeah, I heard. Now, mind you, he only said discussions, and this says considering, right? Reportedly considering, because Campia heard. But my immediate reaction was, you're out of your fucking gourds. And let me explain why they would be out of their fucking gourds. My first thought was, okay, so there's some problems with this notion. First, you'd have to reset all kinds of shit. You'd have to fix that fucking clock on YouTube. Actually, they wouldn't have to. Okay, so there's really only one massive reason that this would be or would have been. They're not doing it. It actually came out today that the official world premiere in LA is December 14th, which obviously is after December 11th. So if this was back a week, that premiere would have been on the 7th. But it's the 14th, which means the movie's still coming out on the 18th, which means it's not fucking moving. But there's a massive reason why that would have been dumb. And I only saw like maybe one or two other people make the same point. I could not believe it. It made me salty. It set me the fuck out. I could not believe how many people were out there like, fuck yeah, they should do it. Really? Are you guys considering all the factors here? Yeah, they'll get a week of IMAX because Dune locked up all the IMAX after, like, starting the 18th for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. So, yeah, everyone's like, fuck yeah, they have a chance at a week of IMAX. Move! Well, when we first talked about the fact that Dune had the IMAX locked up, we went over some numbers, and the numbers said that, yeah, IMAX is nice, but hardly essential to make a shit ton of money, especially with the existence of Dolby, ScreenX, 4DX. There's another one I'm forgetting, but there's like 3 or 4 other types of premium screens besides IMAX that the theaters charge extra for. Like they not having IMAX is actually not a big deal at all. Like we went over all that before. So, I mean, of course, would it be nice to add some IMAX dough on top of that? Sure. But for one thing. But for? What's a but for? Well, pooping, silly. Okay. Sorry, had to. I'm going to show you. Or I'm going to tell you first. Okay. So, here's the deal, chat. As we all know, Marvel has had not the best stretch over the last 5-ish years. Mostly due to Disney Plus, but they had some bummers in the theater too. Now the box office didn't really show it, but Love and Thunder was complete garbage. But actually, it kind of shows if you track what happened with the box office, it made a lot of its $700 million and change in the first weekend. Like the second weekend drop off was extreme for Thor: Love and Thunder. Like people went and saw, enough people went and saw it for it to creep its way up to $700 million, but didn't nobody come back. Like it's the drop-offs week to week were like precipitous, especially the week 2 box office drop-off was fucking crazy. So that one, don't be deceived by the Love and Thunder box office. Marvel had still been doing pretty decent to that point, and it was Thor. Of course, it was Hemsworth as Thor, so that in and of itself is a draw, especially because people wanted to see Fat Thor get skinny again. Right? Or get in shape again, because Hemsworth is not skinny, but he's in damn fine shape, obviously. But yeah, so there was a natural draw there because it was Thor, and because Marvel, and it was still early on in Phase 4, and Marvel hadn't gotten around to doing a whole shit ton of fucking up yet. But that movie got outed and ended up, being shit upon. Because it's the worst movie the MCU has ever put out. Some people will say it's Quantumania. I'm not going to die on that hill. I'm not going to argue with them. I'll just say it's Love and Thunder. I mean, Quantumania is right there, though. I will say that. Quantumania is really bad. Like, I thought it was mid walking out of the theater, and then the more I talked about it, the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? That movie's complete total shit. That's right there, but I still hate Love and Thunder more. Anyway, Marvel's had some theatrical misses, and like 98% of its Disney Plus stuff has been a miss to varying degrees. Some small misses, some massive misses, but still overall a lot of misses. So Marvel's been hurting, right? So why on earth would you move off of your date 1 week when you're in trouble? That is the last thing you do when you're in trouble. You already look like a bunch of ass wipes because of all the fails. Do you really want to add looking like a bitch on top of that? Because that would be, if they had moved and that was announced this week, this is what we would have gotten for the next 8.5 months. Oop. Oh, I can't make that any bigger. Okay. Oh, whoops. This tweet right here is what we would have gotten for the next 8.5 months. Oh, look who flinched first. Laugh my ass off. Never ever mess with Shai Hulud again. That would be the narrative for the next 8.5 months. Marvel's a bunch of bitches and they're scared of Doom. For 8.5 months, chat. Do we really think 8.5 months of Marvel getting its ass beat on the internet, looking like a bunch of sissy ass punk bitches, is worth 1 week of IMAX? Let me answer that. No. 8.5 months of that narrative seeping into everyone's fucking brain over and over and over again. Now, mind you, when they drop the trailer, that would probably silence some of it. I will say that. But still, if they move, the trailer will not be able to fully silence that narrative. It will still be there. It will still be propagated. It would still be shot all over the internet. Moving up a week would have been the absolute fucking worst thing they could have done. Just due to this for 8.5 fucking months. Not worth 1 fucking week of IMAX. Not at all. All that social damage, nothing you want to fuck with. Especially after 5 years of social damage already being inflicted by virtue of a lot of misses on Disney Plus and a couple big misses on movies. And then people were like, yeah, go get that week of IMAX. It's like, hey, have you thought beyond like one fucking thing? I don't think so. Well, let me tell you what's beyond that one little fucking thing. This is beyond that one fucking thing. And it would stay beyond it for literally 75% of the year. Think about that, chat. That would have been the narrative around Doomsday, regardless of the trailer, for 75% of 2026. That's fucking crazy. So yeah, if they'd have done that, no. And I can't believe people didn't think past, ooh, a week of IMAX will be great for the box office. Not really. Not that great. Would it be extra? Of course. But in the grand scheme, it's not worth 75% of the year being devoted to the social narrative that Marvel is a bunch of bitches and they and Doctor Doom ran scared from Paul Atreides. That would be absolutely fucking horrible. Thank goodness they're not doing it. Because again, the world premiere is on the 14th. Obviously, the world premiere is not going to occur the week after it premieres in theater. So, it's not happening. It's staying put right where it should. But oh my God, if they'd have done it, that's what would have happened. And it would have been dumb as fuck. And I can't believe people thought it would have been a good idea. Anyway, chat, what do you think? And replay people, leave a comment. By the way, has everyone hit like? Has everyone hit like? And if you're new, have you hit subscribe and the bell? It doesn't take long. Just click, click, click. Done. Yeah, it's not happening, but when it looked like it could happen, what the conversation I was seeing around it was driving me absolutely fucking insane. Like real talk. All right. Fuck you. Update. Oh, oh, it's right there. Oh, Michigan's got this. They're up 17 with 39 seconds left. Michigan's going to the natty, baby. I'll check back on it in a couple minutes or in a minute or so. Oop, 15 seconds left. 91-73, up by 18. Well, chat, it looks like I'm going to be renting Sling for a day so I can watch that shit. They must be trying to delay the inevitable. Yeah, we are up by 18 with 15 seconds left. That's a wrap, baby. Come on, show me the final. Hell yeah, we going to the natty. We going to the natty. Go boo! Hail to the motherfucking victors, baby. Don't mess with the big Maze M. Final. 91-73, an 18-point victory, and off to the men's national championship basketball game we go. Fuck yeah, baby. Okay, chat. Any further thoughts on that, or shall we move on to the next one? We have two subjects left. We're going to talk some Jean Grey, and then we're going to talk some Daredevil. There's actually more than just the Defenders coming back. But we're going to talk some Jean Grey, chat. So, my time to be a little bitch and block chilling, which is what happened. came out this week and said, and I didn't bother to go find the actual tweet because I didn't feel like scrolling through her fucking page. But enough other people have talked about it. And that is that according to my time to be a punk motherfucker, Jean Grey is going to be the focus of the Mutant Saga. Cool. Interesting. I like it. Now, of course, as they always are, there's going to be that group that's like, doing their thing. Going to accuse Disney of doing more of the same shit, and that's Disney's own fault for completely mishandling how they wanted to do things. Let's be real here. Like, you all know that, like, I'm basically, like, mostly a social liberal, so I think inclusion's important. I think giving people opportunity that didn't used to have it's important. But it also has to be done in the right way. In terms of doing it in Hollywood, you still have to have, like, good writing behind it that makes it feel natural. The Hollywood wasn't doing that much. There are some examples of them doing things right, but there was a lot more wrong examples, unfortunately, than right ones, which just gave fuel to the fire. And they've been fucking it up way more than they've been successful. So, of course, the usual crowd's going to pop the fuck off about this. And also, unfortunately, Hollywood's given them plenty of ammunition for them to assume that that's the case again. Now, obviously, I think it's a mistake to assume that, because there are examples of it being done right inside Disney and Marvel. So, setting all that and those ass wipes aside, is this a good idea? Assuming they do it well. Even if they do it well, is making Jean Grey the focus of Mutant Saga a good idea? Well, yeah. Jean Grey is an awesome fucking character. Now, yeah, they definitely blew their wad with Wolverine. Although I'm still down for a huge jacked man Wolverine anytime. What really sucked is, like, how they treated Cyclops in the movies. I mean, when you take all 7 X-Men movies into account, overall, they haven't even done Jean that well, if you think about it. What's her fuzz? The original one, Famke Janssen. She was cool in the first 2, and then they fucked up Dark Phoenix. And then Sophie Turner was never that good. I'm sorry, she was not that good. I don't know if she's a better actress now. I guess we'll find out when Tomb Raider comes out, but I did not find her to be a talented actress on Game of Thrones, nor did I find her to be a talented actress in the X-Men movies. So, and then, of course, they also went Dark Phoenix again too soon. So now focusing back in on Jean Grey with a quality actress in Sadie Sink, I think is a good idea. Jean Grey is a dope-ass character. She's a nice, complex character. She's a strong character and not just in her mutant powers. She's just a strong character. She's a powerful personality. I mean, obviously, the influence she has over the de facto leader of the X-Men, at least in the field, and depending on the story overall, in one Scott Summers. Now, hopefully, they do him justice this time around. But insofar as things focusing on Jean, I mean, if you're focused on Jean, you're automatically going to get a lot of Scott anyway. So if you're a Cyclops fan and you're very ready to see him finally get his due, I don't think you really have to worry too much, because where Jean goes, Scott tends to follow. So I don't think having Jean be the focus is going to, if they do it right, won't take away anything from Scott, because, they're a thing. Like, they're the power couple. Obviously, the stories, depending on comic writers, things have shifted, here and there, and waxed and waned between the two of them. But overall, where there's a Jean, there's a Scott, and where there's a Scott, there's a Jean. So Cyclops fans, I wouldn't worry too much about him being like overshadowed with Jean being the focus. The only thing you really need to worry about is, will they finally get him right? What am I watching these days? Just what we're watching together. Other than that, I'm like working. I take that back. I've been watching. I've been gotten back into watching a channel called History Marsh on YouTube. They do like videos of, and they put up like graphics of historical battles. It's actually pretty fucking cool. The narrator's good too. If you're into military history, or just like historic history and or battles, then it's a pretty dope channel. Here, I'll type in the name. That's the channel. I've been watching videos on that. Watch the shows we all watch together. And for whatever reason, I'm like hyper fixated on my MLB 20 The Show game on my PS4. I've been playing that a lot. Admittedly, on beginner, because I haven't played it for goddamn ever. And I like winning. I'll after I win the World Series on beginner, I'll up the difficulty. But yeah, for whatever reason, I'm fucking obsessed with playing that baseball. And I'm annihilating everybody. I only have 3 losses the entire season. And Harold Castro, I just broke the consecutive games with a hit record by Joe DiMaggio. I just broke that. I've absolutely demolished the consecutive team wins. I'm just having fun winning, basically. It's a nice escape just to go out there and smash shit, win all but 3 games to this point. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Come on, bitch. Show me something. Okay, cool. All right. Back on subject. And then, of course, we're going to add 2 more shows that I'm watching. So, yeah. That's what I'm watching these days. And Jeopardy with Mrs. Chillin' while we eat dinner. Yep. Trying to reactivate my fucking brain, right? Force it to go back in there and dig information out. Reestablish some old-ass neural pathways to information that's been in there that I haven't tried to access in a while. Therefore, now it's super hard to access. I'm trying to do that while watching Jeopardy with Mrs. Chillin'. We both love Jeopardy. R.I.P. Alex Trebek. Can't believe it's already been 6 years, because he passed away during the year of ass 2020. Yeah, that's what I'm watching. Jeopardy, History March, the shit we watch together. That's pretty much it. Anywho, Jean Grey, focus of the Mutant Saga. Dope. She's a great character. Now, what they need to do, other than do a good job, is, for the love of everything holy, please fucking stay away from Phoenix and Dark Phoenix for, like, at least half the saga. So, like, the X-Men movies coming out in 2028, probably, more than likely, almost virtually guaranteed. I better not even hear a hint of Phoenix till like 2032. 2031, 2032. Not a whisper, not a sniff, not a hint. Nothing. They need to leave Phoenix the fuck alone for a while. Because while people will still show up for the X-Men overall because it's the fucking X-Men, and it will have been when did the second team's version of Dark Phoenix come out? Well, that movie was actually titled Dark Phoenix. It was actually Last Stand where they did their Dark Phoenix. When did Dark Phoenix come out? Anyone remember? Could I Google it? Let me Google it. Hey, bro. 2019. Okay. All right. So when the first X-Men movie comes out, it'll have been 7 years. So yeah, if they push it to the early 2030s, then it'll be like, 12, 13 years. So then maybe they can think about it at that point. But when the first X-Men movie comes out, it'll only have been 7 years. That ain't long enough. Not in my opinion. Not when they fucked it up twice in two different eras of the X-Men. They fucked it up twice. And they fucked it up the same way both times. They made it an inherent part of her. When it's literally an outside fucking interdimensional galactic force that embodies every living creature that was, is, and will ever be in the multiverse. So, I'm 98% sure they will look to do that eventually. But I don't want to see it before 2031. Actually, no, I take that back. The first X-Men movie's in 28. I don't want to see it before 2033. Nope. Better be at least 5 fucking years, bro. Before they start hitting around that the Phoenix is on its way. And they damn well better have it be that galactic entity and not like a part of her brain that was blocked off by Charles Xavier. Oh my God, if they do that shit again. I will lose my fucking mind if they do that shit again. They better do that. It better be the galactic entity. But overall, Jean Grey being the focus, fuck yeah. Just do it well. And leave the fucking Phoenix alone for at least half the saga. And everything should be fine. What do you guys think? You down with Jean Grey being the focus? Does it make you worried about anything? What do you think, chat? And replay people, drop comments. What do you think? Share with me your thoughts and your feelings upon this subject, pretty please and thanks. Gonna have to sleep early tonight. All right, man. Have a good night, brother. Safe travels. And we'll be back at it Tuesday, my guy, with 2 shows. Yeah, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, chat. Give you another little while. If anyone wants to drop any thoughts in there about that or gamble, just, do something in the chat to keep engagement up, would you? Not even sure if it's been long enough for me to try again, but I'm trying again. Oh, it was long enough and fucking lost again. You fucking Streamlabs. All right. Last subject, chat. We got some Daredevil talk to get into. And then, probably, honestly, once we get through all this Daredevil stuff, I'm dipping out because tomorrow's Easter and I got shit to do. I have family to help. I have food to eat. Ready? Here we go. Final subject of the evening. We got Daredevil talk. First little tidbit. Marvel Studios has confirmed that Daredevil Born Again Season 2 takes place after Thunderbolts. I don't know how significant that is from right off jump. Other than the fact that if it takes place after Thunderbolts, they are completely ignoring what Sentry did in the middle of their fucking city. Which, honestly, who the fuck cares? Like, I don't care if Daredevil references Sentry's shenanigans or not. If they do, cool. If they don't, does it really matter? In this case, no. I don't see a need to, like, there's no real need to tie that shit together, I don't think. Would it be cool? Of course. Does it need to happen? Not really. Not in my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you think they should reference Thunderbolts? Should they reference the Sentry incident, as it were? What do you guys think? All right. We shall now move on to the next little tidbit. This comes from Scooper/Insider, that redacted guy, who I follow because he's one of the better ones. I don't follow the schmoes. So according to this one, they are hearing that post Daredevil Born Again Season 3, which we already know has been greenlit. Actually, I think they might have already started filming it or will be shortly. Charlie could be getting his own solo film. Hell yeah. Which would conclude the storyline built across the first Born Again seasons. Spider-Man could make an appearance due to it being a film project. Hell yeah. Also, Marvel Studios is actively exploring ways to have Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four team up together in a film post-Secret Wars. That would be dope, because that happens a chunk in the comics. As we all know, he even gets a Future Foundation suit, which is pretty fucking cool looking. Remember when Lithium by Nirvana was Defender's trailer song? No. That's a detail that has escaped my brain. But that's dope, though, because I fucking love Nirvana. So, yeah. So, y'all interested in a Daredevil solo film? I'm interested in a Daredevil solo film. I think that would be dope. I really like Charlie Cox. I think he would do magnificently on the big screen, doing more than catching a brick. while still in his Matt Murdock facade. I'm down for more of that. I'm down for the double D's all up in my face on a big old screen. I'd totally be here for that. And especially if they brought Spider-Man into it. Oh my God. Now, here's a question. Do we think Sony would be like, yeah, you can put Spider-Man in a Daredevil film? Or would Sony be like, nah, fam, but you can put Daredevil in a Spider-Man film? Would they be dicks like that? I'm calling that a coin flip at best. They very well could be dicks like that. Hopefully they won't. Of course, on the other hand, if they do that, Holland can be like, oh, that's one ticked off the list. I'm outie. Contract fulfilled. Peace. And then he goes off and does more artistic shit for like life. But still, assume it works out that way. We get a Daredevil solo movie, and then Spider-Man comes swooping in. That would be sick. I'm all about that life. What about you, chat? Of course, Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four. Hell yeah. But we're mostly about Daredevil right now. Yeah. Daredevil solo film with a little bit of Spider-Man all up in it. Yeah. Gimme, gimme, gimme. And then us on the same subject. Someone asked Alex Perez about whether Brand New Day will set up a feature team up with Daredevil. And it would appear Alex heard something similar because he says, I'll tell you this. Trust that both Marvel and Sony know that we want them to interact and know that a movie with them can do really well. Damn fucking Skippy. And from what I heard, it's less an issue about legalities and more about the story they want to tell. Between that redacted guy and Alex, that's almost kind of double confirmation that shit's coming, baby. We're going to get a movie with both Daredevil and Spider-Man in it, chat. It's going to fucking happen. The question is, will Sony allow it to be in a Daredevil title and not a Spider-Man title? I think that's probably part of it. I know Alex said it's not legalities and just the story. Well, little about legality. But that, again, that depends on how dickish Sony wants to be. Now, if Sony's smart, they will be like, hell yeah, you can put Spider-Man in a Daredevil titled movie. And for that one, we'll take 85% of the profit. Instead of the usual 75%. Because it's not a Spider-Man movie. Although they're letting him be in Secret Wars. Yeah, as long as they work it out. Of course, Secret Wars is much bigger than Daredevil, though. Let's be real. But still. They need to find a way to work that shit out. And let Spider-Man be in a Daredevil title. I'm definitely about that life. How about you, chat? What do you think? All right. So, earlier this week, day before yesterday. Oh, wait, just changed. Oh, it just hit midnight. I'm like, wait a minute. No, this was Friday. But yeah, so Friday, because it is now officially Easter Sunday in my time zone. Happy Easter, everybody. So Friday, this popped up. Said actresses Kristen Ritter and Deborah Ann Woll's trailer was spotted on the set of filming for season 3 of Daredevil Born Again. Will we get another season with Jessica Jones' participation? And it just so happens that this post was retweeted by Alex Perez, who says, please don't find him, please don't find him, please don't find him, please don't find him. What the fuck him are we talking about, sir? There's two hymns. There's a Luke Cage and there's an Iron Fist. Are we talking about just one? Are we talking about both? What's happening here, Mr. Perez? Well, later on, chat, we have a picture of Luke Cage, and here we have Danny Rand, the Iron Fist, walking by what looks like a trailer lot trailer. And then, chat, to make it nice and official, these are from Getty Images. And here we have a Finn Jones and a Luke Cage. And a Jessica Jones. We have a Jones. We have a Rand. We have a Cage, chat. And these are official Getty Images. This is real shit happening in real time. Oh, look, he's wearing a suit. Interesting. He's wearing a suit and hiding his presence. And he still looks like a vagrant and has a shit ton of random whatever the fuck that is, like notebooks and shit. So that's interesting in and of itself. But ladies and gentlemen, what up, Nate? Be a big event movie probably called Devil's Reign, even though Fisk won't be mayor anymore. Oh, believe it or not, I have a tweet bookmarked about exactly that. But anyway, chat. Before we go any farther with potential storylines, as Nate alluded to, how do we feel about the Defenders being back all together in Daredevil Born Again Season 3? Where are you guys at with that? Are you happy? Are you excited? Are you just like, yeah, that's cool? Are you like, I don't give a fuck? Like, what's the story, chat? Where are you at with that? I'll tell you, chat, where I'm at with this shit is, here's where I'm at. Luke Cage, fuck yeah. Jessica Jones, fuck yeah. They need to do a really good job with Danny Rand. Because Danny Rand in the Netflix Iron Fist show, which was the lowest quality Netflix Marvel show of the 4 or 5, if you want to include that one season of the Defenders crossover, like weakest of them all. That show overall, weakest. Finn Jones was not that great an actor. He didn't look like he lifted a weight. The fight choreography was kind of ass. Like, it was just not good. He wasn't good. The show wasn't that great. Iron Fist needs some work, and Iron Fist needs some redemption. I'm not thrilled to see Finn Jones back, because that's how I feel about his first appearance. However, it's been 8 years. That is more than enough time for him to pick up a few acting tips and implement them and be a better actor. Obviously, the writing team's different. So that's good. Fight choreographers are different. That's good. I've seen a couple pictures of Finn Jones. He's spent time in the gym. He's built better. That's good. So, setting my reservations aside about Mr. Jones and the way he was handled in the show originally, I won't go so far as to say I'm excited, but I'm down. I like it. I'm happy about it. I'm not super woohoo, although I'm kind of getting there. Because I'm able to rationalize / cope with Jones. I'm finding ways. But yeah, I'm down. I'm totally down. I am glad to see the Defenders back for sure. Again, more so for Luke and Jessica than Danny, but he's had time to learn to act. Different writers. If it's the same bunch that are doing the fight choreography for this season of Daredevil, they do pretty all right. They do pretty good work. So, yeah, bring it on. Bring me some Defenders. How excited are you about the Defenders being back, chat? I know I think it's safe to say none of you are bummed. Damn it, why'd they bring the Defenders back? I don't think anyone thinks that. Now, your mileage may vary on your appreciation of the original Netflix shows and how they were handled and, you know, what you thought of the actors and shit and all that kind of fun stuff. So, you know, you might not be woohoo about it. Or are you woohoo about it? How are you guys feeling about the Defenders being back? This Chillin said she wanted some, but I just wanted a little slug. As long as I take a little slug, it'll be fine. Happy Easter. They're going to phase Danny out? Well, hopefully not immediately. Like, I want to see them do a good job with him first. Like, honestly. I want to see what they do when they do a good job with him. If they manage to pull that off. I want to see it. I want to see it with my eyes. I want to hear it with my ears. Yep. You want to see the Luke and Jessica have a kid story? That could be interesting. So there's a rumored Daredevil movie. Yes. Very, well, I wouldn't even go so far as to say rumored. And you could call it a rumor. Yeah, it's a rumor. But it's a very rumory rumor. Like it's a rumor about a chance. Is what it is. It's a rumor about a chance. I think he specifically, I think I took the bookmark off it, but yeah. I think he said I heard that there could be. So yeah, it's a rumor about a chance. So, like, even remotely thinking that's guaranteed to happen, you're already engaging in galactic levels of copium. But don't get me wrong, I'm all fucking for it. But yeah, at this stage, it's a rumor about a chance. It's a rumor about a could be. Yep. There ain't no could be about this, baby. Daredevil, Born Again, Season 3. Defenders 2.0, basically. At least a little bit. Now, insofar as what Mr. Conley brought up about being a big event movie, I think an MCU Daredevil movie will do good. Yeah, movies always do better than TV shows, number one. Number two, it probably won't be just him. He'll be the lead, obviously, but I'm pretty sure if they're doing Daredevil in the cinema, they're going to put Spider-Man in it just to make sure there's asses in the seats. Because inside, with the right marketing, Daredevil on his own could generate a draw because people like comic book fans do like Daredevil. They would like to see him done well. He was done well on Netflix. It was just fucking Marvel, like the MCU fucked up his first season. So yeah, that cost him a little bit in terms of the character, I'm sure. But Daredevil on the big screen, good marketing, and maybe some Spider-Man, golden. Good to go. And especially since it won't be till after Daredevil season 3. If this season is a banger and then season 3 is a banger again, like if they have 2 wins in a row, that'll go a long way to helping the movie have a draw just for Daredevil anyway. A Punisher movie would probably do very well too. Yes. Yeah, but it would literally have to be just a Punisher movie. The way Deadpool and Wolverine was basically just a Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Because a Punisher movie, that would still have to be R-rated. Like that's required on the big screen in his own solo movie. R. Wonder why Punisher is just a special and not a movie. They're not to the point where a Punisher movie would like pop. Now this, between the special and him being in Brand New Day, that's a great setup to do a Punisher solo movie later. Like exposing him to the size of a crowd that Spider-Man is going to generate very easily could be a stepping stone to his own solo flick. 100%. But like, and we're being realistic. I mean, obviously, we all love the Punisher. We know the Punisher, but we're nerds. The general audience does not know Punisher the way we do. But him being a Spider-Man Brand New Day will probably generate said appreciation. At which point, then a Punisher solo movie actually has a chance to be profitable. I think maybe Iron Fist can make an appearance in Shang-Chi too. Now that he's being reintroduced, entirely possible. And if they do a good job with Danny, then I'm totally down for that shit. All right. Last little bit about Daredevil chat. So as Nate brought this up, he's talking about something called Devil's Reign. You heard Shang-Chi is in this season? The one we're watching now? The fuck you hear that? I've seen nothing on that. And I follow the usual crowd pretty damn closely. Now, it's entirely possible I missed it, because I'm not, like, always on Twitter, but I'm on pretty fucking frequently. And I feel like something like that would be retweeted enough to where I'd see it even if I missed it initially. So where'd you hear that at? I'm very curious. I see Iron Fist finally embraced the yellow mask and green suit. 100% agree. Although a bit of a modernized version of it, but yes. Like it doesn't, I don't think it necessarily needs to look like the 70s one. But yeah, I definitely want to see that shit. Anyway. So Nate brought up something called Devil's Reign. In which Fisk wouldn't be mayor anymore, and that's accurate. So this is a picture of Luke Cage. The shit looks familiar. It's the same thing we saw him in the Getty image, except he had his hood up. So this is him and the action director, Philip Silvera. He looks pretty good. It's a nice suit. And then we got, I'm assuming that's probably a bodyguard type right there. Damn, that motherfucker looked angry as shit. Look at him. Anyway. So we got him in this suit. So one of my Twitter buddies, massive nerd, obviously. Again, Ingrain this image here of what he's wearing in your brains. Get it in there nice and firm, because you're going to need to remember it here in a second. Okay? It's supposed to be a Fight Club type scene similar to Shang-Chi's movie, and he was rumored to be there. Still know nothing of what you speak, although I wouldn't be mad at all. I'm just highly skeptical of the idea. But I'd be totally down for it. I would love for that to be real. I just have a high level of skepticism that it is. But please, universe, let me be wrong. I'd be happy to be wrong about that shit. Anyway, y'all got his outfit pretty fixed in your mind? Okay. So again, one of my nerdy dudes here on the Twitter that I interact with on a regular basis, he posted that. As you brought up, Mr. Conley. This is obviously a cover. What do you think, chat? You think Nate's right? No, you can't see it. Oh, fuck. So we go from that to this comic book cover. Nate, you're not the only one thinking about Devil's Reign, bruh. I had forgotten, never realized that Devil's Reign was about more than Fisk being mayor. Although, in this cover, Luke is running. He's not mayor yet. Doesn't he become mayor, though? I think is he running against Fisk in this one? So is Luke Cage supposed to be a villain? Well, he's a bit of an anti-hero. They left him matter of fact, at the end of the Netflix show, they left him taking over what's his fuss? Cottonmouth stuff. Like, he was going to be running the streets as cleanly as he could, but he was going to be running the streets. That's where they left him. Yep, you're not the only one thinking that, Nate. And we're going to go back to the close again. I mean, bruh. He does become mayor? Okay. Does he beat Fisk? Is he the one that gets Fisk, like, beats Fisk and sends him out of office? Or does he just beat somebody else? But yeah, I'm totally down for that shit, chat. And obviously I need to hop over to Comics Explained, and I guarantee he covered Devil's Reign. Obviously I need to hop over to Comics Explained and watch his Devil's Reign shit. But just, on paper, I'm here for that shit. It actually makes sense. This one, I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so, there's two Lukes. What, this guy? Nah, that's a bodyguard. Might be a stunt double, because this is the stunt director. At least that's what it says, the action director. Yeah. That's the action director. So, yeah, that could be his stunt double. It would make sense if that's the action director. Although his outfit's different. He's wearing darker clothes. He's a brown, that's a black. But it's pretty fucking similar, I gotta say. I'm here for that shit, chat. He's wearing yellow. Yes. Yellow shirt. No, it's not the same color suit. This is a brown one. And this is green-ish. Yeah. Pretty damn close. Not identical for sure, but it's close. And it's encouraging. It's a fun little possible connection. I mean, this is still speculation. I think it's a fun enough coincidence to speculate about. I'll just put it that way. I think the picture's real. Do I necessarily think it means they're doing Devil's Reign and he's going to be mayor? 100%? No, I don't think that 100%. I just find the similarity intriguing, is all. What do I think would be the scariest defender if they chased after me? Probably Daredevil. Although, like, Luke Cage is right there. But still, probably Daredevil. It'd be easier to hide from Luke Cage than from Daredevil. He'll hear your heartbeat and track your bitch ass down. Luke Cage can't do that. So yeah, Daredevil. Oh, fucking... Who was it? Someone rolled a fucking 99 earlier. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, if that's what they're doing, chat, I'm fucking here for it. And that'd be dope. Obviously, no guarantee. Could be just a happy coincidence. As we know, Marvel Marvel likes to fuck with us, chat. They've proven it time and time again. They like to fuck with us, so am I like homed in on the fact that yeah, they're definitely doing Devil's Reign, let's fucking go? No. I'm saying that's a fun, happy little coincidence, and if that's actually what's happening, hell yeah. But am I saying that's what's happening? Hell no. Wait, when the hell did Jessica Jones can't fly. Or at least, I don't know. She doesn't fly in the Netflix shows. I'll just put it that way. I don't know if she has the power of flight in comics, but they did not give her the power of flight on TV. Let's put it that. I'll say that. I'll just say, chat, I'm fucking here for it if that's what they're doing. Oh, yeah. She can sort of fly but can't, but yeah. Okay. I really do not like Twitter on the computer. I really don't. Oh, damn. That's fun. This is a fun little headline, chat, and it's kind of nice. Listen to this. A court in Italy has declared that Netflix's recent price hikes from 2017 to 2024 were illegal and enacted without proper warning to customers. Netflix will be ordered to lower its prices in the country, and many Italian users may be entitled to compensation from the streamer. Good. As much as I love Netflix and I'm a subscriber, I always like seeing these big businesses kind of get busted down a bit. Now, will that hurt them in any significant way? No, not really. But yeah. Yeah, that's all I have for the night, chat. And like I said, that's not necessarily a bad thing because I got a lot of family stuff to do tomorrow. So I'm actually going to get out of here pretty soon, but not right this second because it's your time. Share some thoughts or some questions and stuff. We'll chit chat for a little bit, but not for super long. Okay. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys realize this, but if you don't put anything in when I ask, I look like a massive douchebag. It would be nice to see Punisher interact with the Defenders in the future. Oh, most definitely would. I mean, there's no reason he can't. Not in season 3. I mean, right now he's doing whatever he's going to be doing in the special, and then playing with Spider-Man while Born Again season 2 is going on. He's busy, but since season 3 is next year, which is after Spider-Man, he could be back. He could interact with the Defenders. Obviously, I have no idea if that will be the case, but it is definitely a possibility. I don't know if it's a likely possibility, but it's a possibility. I mean, I would fucking love it. I can just see him. Hey, Red, who are these assholes? Huh? Luke Cage and Punisher would get along. Jessica Jones and Punisher would just banter with each other. Yeah, he would annoy the fuck out of Danny Rand, though. Those two would. Danny'd be like, I'm the immortal Iron Fist. Frank would be like, oh yeah, and then try to shoot him. That'd be funny as fuck. All right, chat. I'm gonna get out of here. Got a big family day tomorrow. I don't know how many of you are do family stuff on Easter, but whether you celebrate or not, have a good Sunday. Have a happy Easter if that's your thing. Have a good Sunday if that's not your thing. You haven't brought up your theory, but I saw the tweet, and it makes total sense. They didn't create Ultron, but they did allow him access to Jarvis. So they didn't create Ultron, but they did create the murder bot. They created his shell, basically. But yeah, no, like the actual creator Ultron, you're dead on. That was Strucker fucking with the Mind Stone. I agree with that shit. Anywho, but yeah, you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Easter, happy Sunday. And Tuesday night, Daredevil Born Again episode 4 and first 2 episodes of Mall Shadow Lord. They release 2 a week. That's how it's going to be. So, Punisher and Stick interaction would be hilarious. Yeah. So, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Come on back Tuesday night at 9. Watch Party. All right. Much love, y'all. Excuse me. Thank you for being here, of course. I always appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out, listening to me yap about this shiz. I appreciate you coming by and hanging out, watching shows with me. There's other shit you could be doing. Lots of other stuff. You could be watching something. You could be mashing peppers. You could be playing a game. You could be playing with your kids. You could be playing with your wife. You know what I mean? Anyway, lots of other stuff you could be doing, but you're here. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love y'all. But I'm going to go now. Bye. Well, chat, there you have it. Another Saturday night stream talking about the nerdy news and what we think about it. Good times. Good times. With good people. Talk about you, chat. You're good people. You're good people who together make a great community. And it's awesome. Thank you guys for being the dope motherfuckers you are. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you spending time here. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you chatting. I appreciate your Discord. You guys are amazing. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Have a good rest of your weekend. And come on back Tuesday night where we can watch some Daredevil and some more. Much love, y'all. And remember, wherever you're at and whoever you're with, always keep it nerdy. Peace.